Hey everyone, we're gonna join the 960 arena today. It's the big deal. It's the Lichess 960 arena. Chess 960, aka freestyle chess, aka official random chess, where the pieces are scrambled across the back rank. And I want to talk about some good 960 strats. So, most important thing at the beginning is to make sure you can get out your bishop. So we're gonna start something like this, and they did actually the exact same thing as I did. Let's develop our knight, because I need to do that anyway. Maybe the other knight. And let's see where to go from here. So maybe this makes some sense for the... Well, the queen actually can't really get out, but I would like a5. I do allow this capture. Oh, this is not cropped very well. There we go. Okay, let's go a5. Maybe some queen a4. Let's get into the game a little bit. Now we attack this. What next? What next? So I'm threatening checkmate. Seems like a thing to do. What do we think? What do we think? About just pouring it on. B6 here, I guess. A6. Maybe D3. Maybe C4 next. My king should probably be over there, but my king's kind of untouchable. Let's not allow this brutal fork. This bishop, I jammed it in anyway. Unfortunate as that might be for him. What's up here? C4 and E2. What's the problem? Maybe I should go king up, honestly. Should go king up. Need to keep... I didn't have an easy way to guard this square. Maybe queen A1. Alright, as long as my king's okay in the middle. I mean, ideally I want to castle, but castling seemed hard with my bishops. But now we're going to drive these knights out. Going to drive them out of town. I'm not sure if I can. I think I can. Maybe they're starting to open stuff onto my king, but I think I grabbed that. C7, I've rook A1. I think we're vibing here. Can turn on some music. Just 960 is always really weird, but typically by this time, move 15. Oh, this was position number 590. I have 960. Typically, it starts looking like a regular game, but this game is not, because we have not moved our bishops. It was sort of a weird position where the bishops were already kind of able to be active. But then trade, check, takes. So I need this. And this is just a 3-0 game, so... Not exactly flawless on our parts. You'll note I have like every single pawn on late squares, but this guy is hopefully operating well. Yeah, b5, I think we're good. The thing about that is at least they all guard each other and form this impenetrable wall. My opponent played a good move there. I should take it. It's not doing anything to me yet. It's not like I have knight b4 though. Because, well, maybe actually. Yeah, why not? I think we're all solid here. I don't want to allow rook a8. So, but that's actually probably what they wanted. They want king here and rook a8. My knight could come back if need be, but it was, I think, on its way over there. Maybe I should just trade off for this knight if it's so bothersome. Oh no, this bishop needs to guard itself or else there was all these tricks and takes. Alright, we're coming back and taking it. Oh, I guess not. I don't know, I don't want to get forked. Okay. Now we're pulling back or trading. Just want to trade along the A line. Just with my extra pawn. Maybe we even free this guy, f4, e5. Go. Go. Don't hang h2. Nice. GG. GG. I think well played game. My opponent was pretty good, but I think we generated more play around here. And, like, they played b6 to free themselves, but they gave up this important pawn, and I solidified this pawn. And that was the decisive factor. So I think my position here was quite good if they didn't give that up. Their pieces were jammed in. I was going to play c4, drive that knight back, take this. So I think that was good. We opened up the bishops first, and then we just kind of activated all our pieces like you would do in real chess. Alright. What do we got for this position? Okay, I think this is an easy first move. They're gonna do it too. Maybe I should have played e4, actually. There's some logic there. Okay, let's go knight out, maybe next. Tends to be a good strat. Alright. Well, I need the same thing, because I need my queen out, and it can't come from that diagonal. So they're going immediate queen out, which is interesting. Alright, I'm going to play this move e4. Actually, it might be a difficult pawn to defend. Alright, maybe I play with just e3. This is attacked. Okay, that's sort of what I wanted, actually. I'm actually quite happy to make this trade. I think that bishop of theirs is quite good. And it develops quite nicely. Let's go knight takes, and I like this. I like it a lot. Alright, queen needs to come out. Probably only realistically that way. Unless I had like queen f1, but I don't know what she's doing. Should I take more space? Just kind of play c4, see what's going on here. I mean, maybe take the whole middle of the board. Okay. Guess this is coming here, e5, right? That was my point. Well, that's not legal. Castle 2 to bring my rook in. King also should slide over, step out of this. D pawn is free. And we've got some nice space here. An e5 is playable. Okay, I'll trade an a5, perhaps. An a g5, that's annoying. That's a square I can just hang out for a while, blocking the queen. Guess they want to shift along. Oh, are they out of squares for this knight? Is that great? Oh no, f3 they can hop underneath. They can hop underneath, obviously, and that's a fork. So that's kind of the opposite of how I evaluated that. And I certainly don't have an e4 either, hang the pawn. But queen c5, I have d4. f6 is a smart way to break free. Alright. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. Actually, I could have just kept this. Okay. Alright, we're down on the clock here. And our advantage now isn't, like, miraculous or anything. GH3 would be interesting, opening up that G line. Don't want to give me that. Ton of progress made in this game, if we're being real. Wait, oh, that wasn't smart. I still don't have rook e4. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's come around. Alright, now we've got something resembling progress. Across here. What's happening? I think winning because they don't have the b3 square. I think it's this a2 pawn, right? Like I can get in the way of this pawn and then I win. Yeah, I mean they're just going this way, but that's obviously two pawns can defend each other. Yeah, they couldn't. They needed the b3 square to get to b2 and then guard all the squares. And now we can defend each other and just win. Almost had me. GG. So it was an interesting endgame. I think once I got this pawn, I should be winning because my king is actually really able to stop this. And even in a position like this, like if I play with f4 and then just keep pushing, like it's a lot of effort. I don't even know. My rook's just well placed. It's a lot of effort to make them give my rook for the pawn, and by that point, my pawns should be really far. So I don't even think rook h5 was necessary. Honestly, I think f4 is pretty decisive as well. Without really much resistance. I think we're live twice on YouTube. Let me open. I'm gonna try opening up the chat. Give me a second. Okay, pop out this chat. Now we're good. What's up, United King? Okay, b3. Let's blockade their bishop. Maybe e6. But let's play c6. I don't know. Let's try to get this out. I mean, these bishops are actually... All the other rules here are applying. These are starting square bishops. These are starting square bishops, except they're able to give check right away. And maybe I should have just taken that pawn cleanly. Now e4. Well, I mean, I could just play e6 and Londonify my setup. I could play knight f6 and further Londonify my setup. I actually like a lot of options here. I think after e4, I have bishop e6, number 1. Oh, but blocking this check was actually something that didn't cross my mind. Because I was going to say knight d6. Okay, but let's keep putting pressure here. I was going to say knight d6 in this position. But, yeah, I forgot that they have the same check I did. So, probably what I should have done here, maybe f6? Maybe f6. So the queen defends and I prepare e5 on bishop f4. Because, okay, well, they just take it. I was going to play knight d6, but this is probably annoying. So let's play with f6, actually. So now I have e5, and now we're hitting this, and I'm also looking at knight d6 to further cause some problems. Maybe f5 was actually... Why didn't I do that? That's annoying, right? The thing is, they probably just let me take it and then block on e3. The bishop's probably not doing this. But okay, they just played b3 here. Let's be as annoying as possible. I mean... I'd be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind. Alright, let's play e5, which is a move we're going to need. And this knight can wander into d4. So I think all my pieces are good, and I think I had a lot of options to make them good. Not saying I did the best swing. Thoughts? Thoughts, chat? Thoughts? I feel like it's a yes. Just for the vibes. Just for the vibes. Just for the vibes. Let's get those gambit glasses on, baby. It's not exactly a gambit. But we're gonna go after him. I don't want them to castle. They castle with that rook, their king goes there. But they can't. They can't castle through check. Take, queen b5. Holding knight d3. I think that's just all she wrote. That was poor timing for h5. I think h5 could have been played here. Yeah. Then I would have probably just moved my bishop. e8. So I still have this. Is that what I really would have done? Maybe I play bishop b4 in that position. Okay, queen b5 I think is precise to hold knight d3. Maybe they were only looking at queen b4. Maybe they were only looking at queen b4. But anyway, like, if I take it and then just start these checks, like, you gotta go king b1 in that position to hold the rook. You got no pieces around your king. If I just, like, had one more piece in the general vicinity, it's over. Okay, knight d3, but then this is just mate. Check, mate. Nice. Nice, I think that was a pretty clean 960 game. Engine didn't like the c6 move because of 4. I guess it didn't want me... I think neither of us should have opened this. It wanted f6, which makes a lot of sense, like building e5 and opening the queen. I probably played f6 too late. Check wasn't good. Yeah, I'm actually worse here. I'm actually much worse. I don't even know that's possible. I'm worse in this position. This is plus 0.9. That's crazy. What? I don't know. I thought I guess I'm just worse. So... something I'm missing. Thought my pieces were doing better. But yeah, so I went for this crazy sacrifice, and all of a sudden with one move, they're losing. Yeah, just mate. They should have... take, bishop b2... Queen f1, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, okay. Next game. Wait, there's another chat. Maybe I'm missing this other chat. This one. Trying to pop out chat. There we go. Someone berserked. I guess I got a berserk back. This guy is only 1400. Alright. Well, that was kind of a mean thing to say, and I apologize. E4. I think this is good. I feel like I just had a setup very similar to this. I want E4 and F3 against this bishop and against this knight. That actually... Oh, no. They just blundered. But I liked my setup a lot here. I was going to play B3. Look how good both my bishops are, and look how well this pawn just stymies both that bishop and that knight, and opening up the queen onto A7, which they also blundered with knight D6. They also blundered knight D6, queen takes A7. Gotta watch out for those sorts of things. Okay, I mean, let's just get our pieces out. Just castle that way, probably. Just bishop out. Sacrifice. No, it's so unnecessary. Queen trade, please. Thank you. Alright, we're a piece up. Hey, don't block my castling in both directions. Okay. Okay. I was thinking about this. Takes knight c3, knight f7. Yeah, I think we're good. Because this is... Okay. Well, they didn't even play the most challenging move, but there was like rook g3. I think I can do this just because I'll scoop it up. Go d5. Oh, or d6. Okay. GG. I gave a man love your content. I love you. Chess 960 gambits. We're gonna try. We're certainly gonna try. What's up, Jake Biederman? Techify. Got the whole squad out here for some 960. All right. Well, we've been flying in this arena. Okay. Well, this guy is some strong ratings. Okay. What do we got here? We got, look at our bishops. He's thinking about it too, because it's moving these pawns, right? First thing I look about is how to open up the bishops. There. I might just play f6. I'm gonna play like knight g6, actually. So I'm not sure what I want to do 110% with them. Okay, now let's play this. I'm just gonna give you the whole center. So if d5 now, you'll come out this way. Pop out that way. Where was it? This is interesting. Attacking e4. Looking at an f5 breakthrough. He is pressuring e5 a lot, so it's not so easy to just push f5. Okay. This knight is not really helping me a ton. So something closer just strategically what I'm looking for. All these light square pawns, and just stick him with that, and making this trade. But not allowing him to just run me over. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he had a great square. Now my queen will chill on this square, which is nice, and maybe f5 to follow. Maybe. Let's think about that, though. Let's get our king out. And let's go rook e8 and f5. Takes probably queen d5, right? Take a2, take here. So now we've got a lot of pressure here. Maybe I could have taken this last turn. I'll take it now. Alright, so they gotta go there. F3, I'll take that too. They don't want to do that. Position is nice now. Look at that light square bishop they got jammed in there. Alright, we can't allow e5. G takes is nice for them though. Alright, what we're looking for now is... Oh, well, first of all, no queen a7. I don't know how long I've been hanging that for. I want my knight to e5. Knight on e5 would be beautiful. Queen has done her job there, but now it's time for some fresh blood. Alright. Next is probably rook h6. Can you do anything here? I don't think so. I think I was just going to take it for free. Can't really see what that did to me. Well, if they did nothing, I was just going to keep building here. I feel like I had them tied down. Now I'm just ahead of clean pawn, and a lot is opened up in the position. Yeah, that was good. I mean, it's kind of an annoying pawn to defend. Just gonna kind of go here and rook d6. I mean, I could be attacking there, but I'm also fine just trading everything. Even pawned it. Or, wait, I don't want to hang this. Did I just hang it? If they take... Pawn takes bishop there. I think I did. Oh. Well, they were nowhere. I probably hung it. Okay, well, let's guard it anyway. I feel like this position is starting to look really good. Probably should play b4 at this point. What happens if I do this? It's unnecessary. Let's just continue pressing, twisting the screws of this position. Oh, their bishop suffers due to their light square pawns. Was there a bishop a6? I'm actually really curious. I think, honestly, the easiest way to win is just giving this check. Even though my queen was much better than theirs, because now I have this nice maneuver. Look how well my knight sits against this, like, this poor light square bishop just against its own pawns. My knight just sits so well on these dark squares, like king c2, and now this is perfectly screened. They don't even, you can't even stop e2. What were they supposed to play here? b2, knight 4. Worst comes to worst, I take another pawn. So, should be a bit careful here, e2, take, but we're good. And in fact, if I was at all concerned, I could play king b8 and just track it with my king. Let's just eat. Just take the pawn and push. Oh, well, that's a little bit lazy. Fortunately, I've got many pawns. GG. GG. That was a nice game. I think we used some real chess strategy. So the most important thing when this got locked up, right, was, okay, it's a closed center. I want the right color of bishops. It's about squares It's about dark square and light square control and which bishop is going to be good, which bishop is going to be bad. For me, that was this bishop that was going to be bad, right? If I play like d6 here, which is the natural move to complete the structure, see how the light square bishop has some mobility, especially if I get an f5. It's not blocked by its own center pawns, but the dark square bishop is. So I immediately play a6, and I immediately play here a6, and I'm happy to pop out bishop a7. The engine likes this for white because it likes the space, and probably the orientation of the pieces is even more preferable for them because the knight on g6 actually isn't so hot, and it allows maybe the knight coming to f5. But I'm very happy to make this trade of the dark square bishops here. So I'm playing here knight d6, f3, knight to f4 was a move because I'm looking for f5. That's my only break in the position realistically, and the knight on g6 is not really helping. So knight f4, and I was actually really happy to make all these trades here and trade on g1. Oh, we actually both blundered queen to h4 check. That's why it's liking this a lot for white. We both blundered this move, queen to h4 check. So things that are not common in normal chess, queen to h4 check. And they couldn't find a square for the knight. Otherwise, like knight g4, it's going to get kicked around with f5 or h5. So that was the only other spot. So I was very happy here, and now queen to e5. And now you look at what's traded. We traded the dark square bishops, so they're just left with this guy and that knight, neither of which are so hot, right? This bishop is just blocked in by all its pawns. My bishop, on the other hand, has a lot of freedom, especially if I play f5 and trade this pawn for this pawn, which is what I did in the game. Then my bishop can start attacking here, and your pieces will be the ones defending. If, on the other hand, they're able to play e5, get that pawn onto a dark square, then that's very different. Then they start controlling dark squares in the position, and their bishop is free. So I needed to play queen e5 right away. That was very important. I'm attacking b2, so they played c3, castles, bishop d3. Now I'm just playing rook e8 and f5, supporting that breakthrough. And after knight to d2 here, now I'm starting to free my pieces. I make that big trade on e4, it probably wasn't ideally timed because I actually open up knight to f3, and if I allow knight to f3 and then e5, then I start to have serious problems in this position where like their pieces are now behind some excellent and very mobile center pawns. So I had to play really here bishop h5 and eliminate that knight on f3. Play your pawn takes f3, and now it's going to be ideally a classic good knight versus bad bishop showdown, right? So I play your king b8 because I just realized there was queen to a7 on the table for a long time, slipping for checkmating stuff, so I didn't want to allow that. Here comes c4, and my knight was actually getting out of there anyway. They bring that pawn all the way to c5, but now here comes my knight to e5, and this is just beautiful because my knight here, where a knight wants to go, is an outpost, and what that really means is cannot be forced to move, ever. And that's the case here because this dark square pawn blocks any f4. There's no pawns that can make it move. There's no any piece that can touch it because their only piece is a light square bishop. And now this knight just stays here, putting pressure on f3, forcing someone to guard that for the rest of the game. And that's exactly what happened here. So they just had to play the passive bishop e2. I'm expanding over here. I'm expanding over here. I'm now trying to put... I mean, they are playing for something, to their credit. Like, I have a king as well. They actually have some space over here and some openings. Like, it would be one thing, like, if their pawns were all the way back here, and then, like, I had, like, pawns d4, c5, like, really shutting them down. But they do have some openings here, and so rook c3, rook b3, and attack my king can be more significant than any, anything else. Like, I'm trying to play rook h6 and put some pressure here. That was my next idea. But they played c6 a little early, because now I just played dc6 and knight c6, and I'm totally fine. But if they brought, like, this rook to b3, this rook to c1, then, yeah, c6 starts looking pretty formidable, and I'm not so sure what's happening here. But c6 here, I just take that, and I just kind of control these dark squares. I guess we didn't really blunder anything. Bishop a6 was playable here, but even without my extra pawn, you can still see how good my position is, because I just have these pawns totally blockaded and under my control here. And, queen here, like, in any situation where we're trading queens, this is going to be a long endgame for them, because this bishop is not doing well, has no targets to attack, whereas my knight can hop around and keep hitting these pawns. And that's exactly what happened in the endgame, and it wasn't really because I was up a pawn that I won the endgame so cleanly. Not that this was so brilliant on either of our parts, but here, okay, I finally stopped bishop a6, and I was just very happy to just trade all the pieces other than the queens, the knight and bishop, because at this point it's just very clear that they're not going to be able to guard this. Like, I have knight f4, I have taking here and pushing this pawn, like, I have all the screens in the world set up. I was just going to take this and take another one, and I think this is just kind of the cherry on top, that they, even if the king could teleport to e1, it certainly would not change the outcome of the game, but the fact that they, can't even do that, and it wasn't even a good knight versus bad bishop showdown for much longer, because that bad bishop I just took right off the board. So, GG, using some real chess principles in Chess 960. Next game. like I'm seeing this exact position a lot. Maybe it's not this exact one. I think I actually want to play a quick g3. Because they can't move their b-pawn. I was going to say e4. But maybe I do this, really take advantage of the fact that I'm playing white here, right? Alright, they kind of just stole my idea. That's fine. Alright, well, I'm trying to hit your queen. Right, of course, of course. I mean, okay. Stole my idea. What do we think? Takes? How insane is that? Probably, like, pretty insane as these things go. I'm trying to make something happen. I know, I would play here, but they're gonna do that too. Well, okay, let me play here. I'm actually thinking I play bishop takes d5. Do it. I want to play bishop takes. Ah, they didn't. Okay. Hard out of luck for creative ideas. Here, I can't make them take again with the knight. That's the problem. Okay. You want to go that way? I think I'm gonna try to come get them. Just b4, b5. Now if they play e5, I have d5, but if they play d5, they threaten. What are they doing over here? Scram. Okay. I'm scared about this opening up, but e5, d5. d5 threatens e5. So I would play there. Alright, so here I say no. I say push past roll. I don't want these files opening where my king is. b5 they can say no. But then I can say yes with b6. I think it's just that simple. I can say yes. So push past roll, important principle if you don't want to trade pawns to open files for rooks. It's all about the rooks. It's all about opening files for the rooks onto their king. Alright, I think it's time to cast. Maybe like a check and like a... Ooh. That wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all. I wanted to flex my nice idea. I wanted you to go pawn f5. I wanted to flex my cool idea for getting the queen out of the corner. With check, f5, queen e4. Shifting here. Then I was going to castle, shift the rook there, and then I think I was going to get you. Alright, I think time to castle. Wait, right? Yeah. Cool. Gotta keep track of that. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want these files opening, please. I do want this file opening, though. E3 is not something I'd I think it's something I had considered, which is why I was trying to take it, but then I completely forgot about it. It's like, why is taking this pawn important? Now I am realizing that it might be important. E3. I'll probably play queen f3. Okay, well, let's eat you. Nom nom. E5. Yeah, no. Just bishop f3. Yeah. E3. I mean, it really wasn't. I was just gonna go here, and I can guard my dudes. It's fine. A5, rook b1 next, and I get them. Or not even. Rook takes b6. Something. Alright, they really don't have many ideas. Five take. Alright, they're going for their thing. Queen trade? Nah, I'm just gonna checkmate them. Take. I don't know. Why wait for a5? You can just boom. We got check here. I don't know. I'm doing the sacrifice list, which is kind of lame, I guess. Or g5, I also had. But this is just checkmate. I can't believe I did this sacrifice list.
4, 3.
I did it with all my pieces. I did it with all my pieces. Yeah, why sacrifice pieces when sometimes they're helpful? Well, how is that a castle? Yeah, in terms of the rules of chess 960, maybe I should have talked about that. You always castle to where you would end up in regular chess. So, you know, if you castle, king goes to g1 and rook f1, or king goes to c1 and rook d1. Tournament pairings now closed. Okay. Alright, we played 6 games. We berserked. It looks like one of them. Join the 5 p.m. tourney unless I'm afraid of you. I'm more afraid of, like, my boss. As terrified as I am of you. As absolutely terrified I am. Alright, I just wanted to play some quick chess 960. We'll be back later. We'll be back later for another stream. But I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I like 960. I think it's fun. I think it's still real chess. I mean, there's people that would argue it's even realer than real chess. And you got to come up with new strategies on the fly. But I like it. It's a new position every time, and I think I'm really getting the hang of it. Love you too. Love you too, homies. Message retracted. What was that? Wait, I was about to sign off. Does anyone want to tell me what the retracted message was? It can't possibly be the worst message on the channel, even in the past day or two. I think we've way cleared the bar on some of the messages that we've gotten on this channel for anything to be retracted. Alright, well, congrats to Master06 for winning the yearly 960 arena. Wow, this dude played a ton of games. 76 games. I played 6. Anyway, he killed it. I guess, oh, this was a 5-hour arena with 3-0, so I don't know. Maybe math says that's possible. Alright. Subscribe, follow,